So what programming skills do you have?
Okay.
Did you say you've done some programming subjects?
So first year we had Python.
Yeah.
So it's like a quite powerful one. Like
Python. So
Python.
They teach that. That's the first year. What did they do at yours?
I was taught a subset of Java. That was my first.
Okay.
We did Java when we first started
Java
out.
in second year.
Yeah, Java. I really wish we'd started off with Python. Python's a much easier sort of introduction to the whole programming thing. But no, I found Java to be quite good. I actually quite enjoy Java.
Quite handy.
Yes.
And so then, what do they do after Python?
Okay. So in terms of the compulsory subject, Java is now for electrical engineers. It might be for software engineers. I'm not too sure.
Right.
But for electrical engineers, Python, and then C. And MATLAB is kind of just like you just assume you know.
So Python because it's easy to introduce programming with, and C because it's a sort of a lower level core sort of language.
Yeah, and I think that's also comes from UQ's research background. It's like they are more leaning towards going towards more theory related, and C seems to be something like fundamental to a lot of modern language.
Yeah, a lot of languages are modeled off C. So and then there's also the extension ones like C++, C#, all that. So they all take the C architecture and then add bits more to it.
How did you find learning Python and compared to C?
Python is definitely a lot easier to get your head around.
Did you get your head around C in the end?
Oh yeah. It depends on application. In terms of firmware design, it's normally done with C and in the Linux, and I found that quite much easier than just software side of C. Because
software side of C with you have to manage your memory so hardcore and everything, and you lose track of it very, very easily.
Also, it's in firmware, but then as
did you say firmware?
Firmware.
What's firmware?
Firmware is not soft. It's not hard.
Okay, can you give me an example of firmware?
Okay, firmware is something that links the hard and soft. That's why it's firm.
For example?
For example, it's like a microcontroller.
What's a microcontroller?
Okay, microcontroller is like, it's like sort of like, can you call it the heart of the brain?
I would go with brain.
Okay.
But that's just me.
Okay, heart / brain. Yeah. Of how something behave, like, say a piece of robotics arm, or like a little rotor car that where it goes and how it behave in terms of program or you command. Yeah.
That's what firmware is.
Firmware.
I thought that was software that made it do what it does.
It is, but then software it needs to be compatible to the hardware side of things. So a lot of time when you code for the hardware side of things, you need to refer back to the spec, refer back to the schematic, and a lot of time you need to look at what are the constraints of that hardware you need to make sure you compile them, be able to.
I'll look into that. And so were there any, they were both compulsory, your Python and C.
Yep.
Did you do any elective programming courses?
No.
Oh, so you're not into programming that much?
Wasn't. Oh, now I'm getting into it because I found it quite powerful.
Ah, right.
Only recently.
With respect to robotics and stuff?
Well, it's mainly because I enjoyed the subjects. Like, wow, I love it. And also from doing internships. So traditionally, when you think about power engineering, well, the older generation power engineers, they don't really need to program, even if they come from like electrical background, electronic. And then, so it's like build up the stereotype for being a power engineer that you don't need to program. And then I was thinking, why bother? why school have to make this like a compulsory thing? just like try to give people a hard time. But it's actually get into the internship, and then the older generation engineers will like, oh, Python, that's really useful. We're so happy you know it.
Yeah, coding skills are becoming more and more important.
A lot of times, like the simulation and the visualization all needs to use programming and a lot of data analysis. It's so much faster, so much more accurate than just doing it on the paper.
Also, a lot less, room for error. If you're coding it, you can just, there's an error there. Hang on, and it'll just redo it all for you. Whereas doing it by hand, you go, oh, there's 3 days worth of work gone because of an error I made somewhere up there.
Yeah, try to read the writing as well.
My handwriting is atrocious, so this is why I'm a coder. I type.
Yeah. Well, even like with coding, I found that like someone's code can be extraordinarily easy to read, and someone's can just be a pain.
Oh yeah. A couple of my friends at university, when we were working in one of our classes, we were designing a iPad app, and yeah, we're working on the same project, but you wouldn't know it from looking at their coding styles. It was just like, one was very nicely laid out and comments everywhere explaining everything, and the other one was very compact and it did everything it needed to do, but you had no idea how. I really do enjoy reading well-commented code, because it's just like, so that's how that does that. Oh, that's cool. And that's what this little piece is doing. And
that's like the communication side of things.
Oh yeah, most
it's
certainly.
Like even when you come back to it after 2 years, it's like, what did I mean?
Yes. Oh yeah, you got to write comments for yourself. Like you can write this massively awesome app, and then you go, hang on, I want to update that. It's 2 years later. What does that do? What? Yeah, no. I would hate to come back to my own code and look at the comments and go, nope, no idea.
Okay, yeah. And apart from that, some other languages I picked up, one is R, so that's for data analysis. Yeah. That's free.
What's that like?
Well, so I was given a task to help the team to do price forecast. So their established model is programmed in R. So I was given the task to learn R in a week.
In a week?
Well, it's not like you have to be on top of it, be able to write it from scratch, but you should be able to read it and make modifications. Yeah.
Isn't R the language that a lot of traders use to analyze stock prices and design algorithms for automated trading and stuff?
It's definitely really powerful in terms of algorithm and big data analysis.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bit similar to MATLAB, except MATLAB costs quite a bit.
Costs quite a bit. Yeah, right.
And another one I picked up is VBA, Excel VBA.
Not familiar with that one. I've never heard of it.
Okay, that's a bit more corporate one, like when you use Excel spreadsheet.
Yeah.
So with the VBA, it's with a button click, it can do a number of things for you, rather than just filling in the formulas and try to click thousands of times.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it sort of tries to simplify it down. Okay.
It's like can be a little program that just like clean up the data for you, or it can be things that's like abstract the data from somewhere, and then do some stuff with it, and then save it somewhere.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's another quite useful one. Yeah, like also the people who are doing accounting or like a business analysis are also like getting into that bit programming.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Which program?
Excel VBA.
Ah, right.
Yeah, VB. Yeah.
That's an old language, isn't it? Isn't that sort of a lot of legacy codes written in that, but it's not so much used in new technology stacks?
Again, it's quite a corporate level thing. It's not really for like a front or back end development.
No, right.
It's more like if you have a massive spreadsheet, instead of using Python, then Excel VBA can be used quite handy. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. That's also like simplifying the process. When you present that to your manager, it's like, okay, so there is the data, and click, that's the process, that's the end. Yeah.